A blind knight that uses echolocation, viewing the dark, treacherous world through sound. Trapped in a dungeon deep, endangered by combatants, where hazards lurk around every corner. Make sound to have vision, or don't and be stealthy. Avoid impaling threats throughout the dungeon to escape. Engage with other prisoners.
Rogue Knight I've been hearing about. Could you find the key and unlock my cell?
Free them to fight back with more allies.
Let's take this guy.
The dungeon labyrinth has many paths and even more traps. Struggle through the darkness to find your freedom.
Presentation.
Alrighty, it is time for recruitment race number 1 of 2 for Truck 200. We've turned the excitement level on the channel back up to 200. It's homecoming night for the boys here in the booth as we are in Sweet Home, Illinois for 100 miles around Chicagoland. Several, and I do mean several, new names to get to know here tonight, but it's the same great truck racing action right here on Turn 200. My name is Tommy Cook. We've got the GOAT, Matt Williamson. Welcome back to Chicagoland.
Did you say that the excitement level was up to 200?
Yes.
Yeah! That's what I'm talking about, baby!
Oh, man. The excitement level is at an all-time high here. Wow. We have 39 people registered for this race. Of course, not all of them are here. Some of them, I'd say probably about 10 have dipped out after practice, but still, 39! That is insane.
Yeah, I mean, from what we expect from a recruitment race, that is certainly more than we generally expect to have. So very, very glad to have all of the drivers here with us, of course. Probably not all of them are going to find the broadcast, but if you do, thank you very much for coming out and racing with us and finding the broadcast if you do. And if you like what you see, we are needing some help in the subscriber category. So if you want to subscribe, it's free. That would be awesome.
ICR, Insert Coin Racing, saying, what's up? What's up to you? Wow. We have got quite the battle here going on for the top spot. I just can't believe how many people are in this session. We have 19 drivers who have set a time so far. And if I count backwards from 39 here, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30. Now we're going to have about 28 take the green flag here, I do believe. Which is still a lot. It's a lot. Who are we watching out on track right now?
We've been watching quite a few of our drivers. Josh Kreider just put in his final time. He went up to the top 10. He's in 8th place currently with the 31.16. Still a couple drivers out here. Clinton Woodbury is just finishing up his second lap. Looks like Woodbury's going to move to 8th now, so Kreider down to 9th. That'll move Nick Lights out of the top 10.
And we have Andy Poliski out on the track right now. He is one of several regulars in the field here tonight, but the overwhelming majority of this field is drivers who are new to Turn 200 and Truck 200 competition.
Yeah, I mean, we have a few returning drivers for sure, which is great to see a few names that we actually know and know how to pronounce. But, yeah, I mean, a ton of new drivers for us here tonight. That's exciting. It's almost like finding a whole brand new league that we have to figure everybody out. It's good stuff.
Racer Murray says, Let's see if I can't wreck you out of this one. 18 to the front. That is Brandon Murray. He's P4 right now. We don't want you to wreck you out. That's not what we want. Stephen Light right now, third place on the timing chart, says it is a race against time for him. He might have to disconnect and go to another league race, which I will say probably doesn't bode very well for his chances of us seeing Stephen Light back with Truck 200 anytime soon if he's already in a Monday Night League. But giving it a crack here tonight ahead of wherever he is on to next.
And I think, oh no, we do have one more out on track, and it's a returner, Jeff Oakes.
All right.
Jeff Oakes in the 14, still plugging away here.
And it's time is going to run out here, unfortunately, for Jeff Oakes, as qualifying has come to an end. I meant to set it for 10 minutes. It didn't happen, though. But that's better than my usual screw-ups. So a massive grid here. Absolutely incredible depth of field here for Chicagoland recruitment race number 1 of 2 for Truck 200 season number 2. Nick Lights with Nick Lights with the pole time. He's grabbed his pole in Truck 200. We get to say that again now too. 31,005 for driver number 24. Mike Berry, who is signed up here in this upcoming season of competition. He will take the outside pole. Stephen Light will start on the inside of row number 2 with Brandon Murray to his outside. Garrett Rainey, a recruitment race winner last season in truck number 13, rather, he will start in 5th. Eric Roberts will line up to his outside. Joseph Mealy in 7th. Paul Ellison, trucker 200 in the 8th starting spot. Landon Burbage in 9th, and the reigning Venom Truck Series champion, Andy Poliski, to his outside. Jeff Smith, another returner, he's back on the field here tonight, will start in the 11th position. Clinton Woodby in 12th. Joshua Kreider, Noah Blackwell then on row number 7. Jeff Oakes and Ray Zerkut, who I believe just left the session, slated to be on row number 8. Michael Gold and Luke Peterson in the field. He will start in 19th. Tyler Bluff, Pascal Simard in some Truck 200 action here tonight. He will start in 20th. Kyle Zittel and Daryl Klotz, 2 more returners on row number 11. Then it is Wade Palmer the 5th and Wade Palmer the 4th. I think they're related. Just a guess, though.
Really?
They are on row number 12. Yeah, just a guess. And then some of these drivers that you see here as we continue to scroll through the lineup may have disconnected already. But we will see who is here. We have 44 drivers on the starting lineup sheet here. So we'll see who is going to start the race. Joshua Kreider checking in the chat. And we have Matt Williamson checking in for our race conditions here.
Check it in for the race conditions as we're going to get to our pace lap here in just a second. But we're on the warmer side, not real warm though, 108 degrees on the track temperature. So we have certainly seen worse here on our time and on turn 200. But I have heard from a couple of the drivers that the setup is pretty loose, and if it starts to get warmer, it could be a handful to take care of here tonight. So we're going to want to watch out for that. 100% fuel capacity here tonight, so that fuel window is looking at probably around 40 to 45 laps. So one stopper here tonight, and one fast repair. That is for recruitment races only. Generally, in Truck 200 competition, there would not be a fast repair, but there is one here tonight for our warriors that have come out for the first recruitment race, and I think a few of them might be using it, but we'll have to see.
We've got Joshua Kreider in the chat singing the national anthem after we've had the invocation from Reverend Luke Peterson.
Noah Blackwell is also checking in.
All righty,
same account. I'm not sure how that works, but
yeah, I'm not either. And Jan Van Leer checking in the chat as here we go. 67 laps for recruitment race number 1. We are underway.
Tight battle here between Rainey
We had one truck get up into the wall in turn number 1.
Oh, Rainey's loose on the bottom.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my.
I think that's okay.
Well, I saw one truck go way off into the grass. I didn't quite catch who it was. Looks like somebody else may have started from the pits as well.
A few drivers up into the wall, a few drivers through the grass, but everybody pointed in the right direction here, so we're going to say green. Oh, one truck just pounded the wall. I think it was Daryl Klotz. Out of turn number 4. As up front, Leitz and Light. Scrapping away Murray and Barry as well. Oh, that's a problem. That caution is out. Big problem. Palmer, Salmon, Rapp, Allen, Conley, Amaro. Oh, boy.
Yep.
Well, definitely a problem.
I said that we might be using the fast repairs, and we are certainly going to be using them. A few drivers have jumped to the pits. They may just pack it up and call it quits.
Maybe.
Thank you for that one. We'll try to figure out where this thing started. We're going to go back and take a look here. Ooh, and it looks like one truck. Oh, it actually starts in front of that. We'll have to move up here. This is always fun.
Yes. Always a good time.
Oh, okay. I see a little bit of contact here. It looks like Jeffrey Smith, he is a returning driver here. He raced in Truck 200 last season. He gets loose here into turn number 1, and he is going to end up coming down the racetrack into the 14. And I think that's what kind of sets off this chain reaction here. Oh, yeah, Smith way up in. Oh, man, a big hit into the wall. And he's going to come down the racetrack. A bunch of drivers trying to get checked up, just can't quite do it. I think that may have been Ellison that got into him, and they start going for a ride after this.
Man, Jeff Smith was so much looking forward to tonight. I know we have a fast repair in the bank, but that is not how he wanted to start.
And I am mistaken. That is not Paul Ellison, but it is a very similar looking truck. And that's the only bad thing about new drivers, new paint schemes. A little bit hard to figure out who's who on those replays of cautions. But nevertheless, it'll be first caution of the evening. And I think we had a few drivers just come into the pits to try to fix damage rather than use their fast repair. And it looks like we had 33 or 34 drivers take the green flag here tonight. And it looks like Wade Palmer, the 4th, is already down a few laps. Looks like Mike Allen, Dale Rapp down a few laps as well, and I think they've retired now. David Culleton is still out on the track. He's down in 31st. Jeff Smith, who we mentioned, was involved in that accident. Bunch of drivers involved here.
So I was mute there for a minute, and I knew it this time. We were debating whether or not to send this to 1 to green. We did have a couple of drivers hit pit road this last time around, so we are going to wait. We are 2 to green right now. We'll be coming to 1 to green. Believe the race leader, Nick Leitz, will be taking the inside. But we're about to find out. We made it a few laps before the caution came out. And you saw it in the replays. You saw a couple of drivers that had incidents that didn't bring out the caution. This truck is loose on cold tires, and you know what? When these tires heat up, this truck stays loose.
Yeah, it's a loose setup. I mean, I think it's the same setup that we used in the actual season for the first season, and but it was a lot cooler temperatures during season 1. So a little bit warmer today. Same loose setup. It's just loose. So some drivers are going to excel with that setup, and some are going to find it quite challenging.
Appreciate everybody hanging out with us here tonight for some good old Truck 200 coverage here on Turn 200. 12 race season coming up here in just a couple of weeks after one more recruitment race next week at Auto Club, which will be 200 kilometers, which is 62 laps.
And if some of you haven't figured it out, the gimmick is all the races are either 200 miles or 200 kilometers. So
yes.
There we go. Except for this one, I think.
Yeah, this one is just 100 miles here tonight. Just to try and get some people in.
Well, I think we did the job.
I think so. I think you're right. So we're coming to restart on lap 8. It's Leitz and Light on the front row. Murray and Barry on row 2. Ellison and Poliski on row 3. Roberts, Woodby, Kreider, and Burbage, your top 10. Green flag. Top 4 single file, side by side for 5th.
That side-by-side battle is Ellison and Poliski. No surprise there. Those two battle all the time in the Venom Truck Series.
A couple of drivers flirting with that wall there on a turn 4 as Stephen Light trying to make some moves up front. 3 wide in the back. See if everybody can hang on to it.
Light still side by side with Nick Leitz. I wish he was in the chat to tell us.
Yeah.
We're going to say that 2 different ways over and over again. But Stephen Light, he is looking to clear, and he is clear off of turn 4.
Tight quarters racing all the way through the field. But up front now, trying to put some separation is Stephen Light. We have a problem. I think Jay Salmon is off the track.
Pretty good action here. A little bit farther back. Poliski, he is right in front of a battle here. This is Josh Kreider and Eric Roberts, I believe. And Kreider is going to get through on Roberts.
Yeah, multi-truck accident down the back straightaway. Caution is back in the air. I think Samard Malay? Nick
Meal?
Rader. Meal? Yeah, Meal is probably better. Nick Rader, Wade Palmer, the 5th. Second caution of the race.
Well, let's take a look. Oh, and as we go to the replay, somebody is already around. Wow, this is a really tight battle here. We're going to go all the way back to try to take a look at it. So it looks like this is the 99 of Conley, and 53, that's Zittel. Oh, and there's actually contact in front of them as well. Not sure. That's not what caused it, though. And some drivers are running different numbers than it says on their trucks. So,
Of course. I think that 99 is Samard.
Okay, so the 99 is Samard.
Yes.
Gotcha. That makes a little more sense here. He's going to make contact with a truck underneath. This is the 39. and he gets tapped in the left rear. Samard goes for a ride, and that's going to create the chain reaction here. A lot of trucks behind them, everybody trying to scatter and do a pretty decent job. There's about 3 or 4 trucks probably involved here. But Samar, definitely one of the ones getting the worst of it.
That just seems par for the course for whatever reason right about now. Samard is the bad luck driver of the back half of 2023 so far, in my opinion.
Racer Murray's in the chat saying we ain't dead yet. Yeah, certainly not dead. We're sitting in second place right now. And it looks like Stephen Light has had to...
He's pit, yes. He brought down quite a few fakers on pit road, but several people did come with him, including Garrett Rainey, Luke Peterson, Jamie Haynes, Joseph Mealy, Nick Rader, Tyler Pluff, who we have neglected to mention up to this point. He has signed up for Truck 200 competition already, so it's the first time we're seeing Tyler Pluff on the channel here tonight. Ray Zerkut and Jay Salmon and David Colleton of all hit pit road under this caution.
So that's a lot of takers. And,
yes.
I mean, we're sitting here. We're kind of right on that fuel window, if we're being honest. So I think we're at a point where if you really wanted to, you would be able to make it all the way on a tank of fuel, although you do have some extra tire sets to work with. So maybe you're thinking about going, 25, 30 laps on a set of tires here, depending on when the cautions come out.
We'll see who can keep these tires in check as the field works their way around under caution. Track temp is seeming to drop just a little bit. Some intermittent shade coming over the 1.5 Chicagoland Speedway throughout this race.
Yeah, if we take a look at it, we'll know for sure 105 degrees on the track temperature, so it has dropped a bit, like you said. So a little bit, trying to get to some more favorable conditions for the drivers here today.
Field is doubling up for this restart. It'll be on lap 16. Let's take a look through the field here. As I believe we have 31 trucks running right now, 29 of them on the lead lap after Jeff Smith has come to take the wave around. Nick Leitz, Brandon Murray on row 1, Mike Berry, Paul Ellison on row 2, Andy Poliski, Joshua Kreider on row 3, Eric Roberts, Noah Blackwell on row 4, Clinton Woodby and Landon Burbage on row number 5, Jeff Oakes, Michael Gould on row 6, Kyle Zinnel and Daryl Klotz on row 7, Frank Perfin and Joel Conley on row 8, Paul Harrell and Robert Amaro on row number 9, Joseph Mealy and Stephen Light on row 10, Garrett Rainey, Luke Peterson, Nick Rader, Jamie Haynes, Tyler Pluff, Pascal Simard, Ray Zerkut, Jay Salmon, and Jeff Smith, all the way down through the 29th position. David Colton, Wade Palmer, the 5th, both on the track 2 laps down. So here we go for a restart. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy is right. And you're going to want to look back there for the 15th position. That's where all of the pitters are starting behind 15th. Look for some fresh tires and some people trying to move forward.
One truck definitely started in 4th gear there, but I don't think anybody picked up a black flag out of it. One car goes down to the apron there.
We
further
are
back in the
bunched
pack
together here, right
yeah,
in the back
all
half of the top
over the
10.
place.
Here we are trying to get settled. Ellison, he is battling with Kreider. I think Kreider's going to end up getting that spot for now. And now we'll go to the outside, looking to get Poliski. Poliski shuts the door.
Andy Poliski right up in the mix here. So is Paul Ellison and Mike Berry. 3rd, 4th, and 5th behind Brandon Murray. Oh, we got problems. Kyle Zittel, Jeff Oakes, Eric Roberts. Caution is out again.
Yeah, and Zittel, he is trying to make his way through the grass, as is Jeff Oakes. And as we go backwards here, this is going to be coming off of turn number 2. Zittel is going to have a huge run off of 2 here. And the 23 just comes up right in front of him. He really doesn't have anywhere to go, so he tries to take a run to the inside, but he's not clear. Oakes in the 14 was right there. And Zittel's going to come right across the nose of the 14, and the two of them are going to go for a slide through the grass.
Some drivers on pit road here. Murray, Poliski, Kreider, Blackwell, Burbage, Woodby, Conley, Perfin, Zittel, and Oakes. Daryl Klotz and Stephen Light are actually having the rarest thing on iRacing is a constructive back and forth conversation over the radio. It is unbelievable.
In a hosted race of all places.
In a hosted race, yes. For the love of God, why can't people bring that energy more often? So shout out to professional race car driver Stephen Light. Walking through with some drivers on some moves. That's incredible. Incredible stuff here. I appreciate Stephen hanging out with us here tonight. And appreciate Daryl Klotz and Jeffrey Oakes, who have both had a tough time here tonight, to say the least, have both been caught up in accidents to this point. We only got to see them 2 times last season. They checked in right at the end of the season for Truck 200. And I mentioned 12 races here this season for Truck 200. In 2 weeks' time, we'll be here with the opening race of Season 2 at Homestead Miami Speedway. Round number 2 then will be at Nashville Super Speedway. Round number 3 will be at Daytona. Round number 4 is at Daytona Road Course. That is going to be a blast. So that's the first 4 opening races. What to look forward to here in... sorry, just got distracted. I had to clear a black flag for Clinton Woodby. That's the opening 4 races. Texas is on this schedule. Only 2 returning tracks this season are Daytona and Talladega. Every other of the 10 tracks are new to the schedule. Season ends at Michigan. And also, it's not on the schedule we posted, but it's very much announced already and in the public ether that we are having an all-star race for Truck 200 at the end of this season at Charlotte. So a lot to look forward to this season. I don't know about you. I'm excited.
Oh, very excited. I mean, it's our second season. The first season, we were just trying to get enough drivers. We didn't know if we would be able to get enough to even have, a very competitive league. But we, by the good graces of the Lord, have gotten some very, very competitive drivers in the field. And we have a lot here tonight as well. So hoping that we can pick up a few more here from the drivers that have come out for the recruitment race number 1. Would love to have anybody that's interested.
And those drivers that do will, from time to time, see a gentleman who just hopped in the chat, Nathan Reynolds, in the race field. Nathan Reynolds says, "Is that the Mike Berry?" And the answer to your question, I believe, is yes. This is the first time we've seen Mike on the channel, so, I can't really be sure, but I don't think it's any coincidence that a gentleman named Mike Berry with the number 28 has appeared in the field here tonight and is challenging for the lead here on this restart coming up.
Certainly. Now, he's going to be out here with, I believe there are 5 drivers that have not taken tires. They haven't come into pit at all here so far. And that is your leader, Nick Leitz, Mike Berry, Paul Ellison. Eric Roberts hasn't come in either, and neither is Daryl Klotz. Stephen Light is your top driver that has come in for tires up to this point.
I mentioned the discussion between Klotz and Light over the radio. We'll see how they work together here on row number 3 as Leitz and Barry up front. We are back green.
One driver took a massive run.
Yes, I saw that. Not sure how that happened.
I'm not sure, yeah.
3 wide.
Oh, my.
It gets rainy in the middle of that. It's awfully tight.
Oh, Peterson's in the sandwich now. Oh, they're wrecking.
Oh, boy. Klotz, Kreider, Peterson, Raiders, Samard,
Oh,
Zittel,
my.
Oaks, Salmon, Conley, Zerkut, Harrell. Goodness gracious.
That's a wreck.
Yeah. That's sort of the cause and effect, I think, of having 35 trucks start a race at Chicagoland.
I mean, they were 3 wide, and the sandwich was tight there for a good majority of that restart.
Well, where do we start here?
Where do we? That's a great question. I'm trying to find a good place to start. I think I'm going to back it up all the way, maybe to turn 4, and I got to remember at least where this started. I believe it was this group with Peterson.
Yeah, I think you are right, unfortunately. I think Daryl Klotz was in the mix as well.
Yeah, Daryl Klotz, Peterson, and... Oh, wow, they were nearly 4 wide there for a second.
Certainly.
Let me go ahead and back it up one more time here.
Brandon Murray pitting for a change of underwear, rather.
So this is the 23. I'm not sure. This isn't Eric Roberts, who is the actual 23 in the session. He gets up into the wall and comes straight across the nose of Peterson, who then gets into Klotz, and it is on from there.
Boy, is it.
Peterson gets moved way up to the top of the racetrack, and while he's wrecking, comes straight out into the middle again, and he's going to collect a lot of trucks here, as well as the drivers that were in the grass come up onto the racing surface as well. I saw Zittel, Samard's in here as well. A lot of trucks involved in that one. Not really sure who has a fast repair left either, because there's quite a few of those trucks that have been involved in a couple of incidents, and I don't know if they just tried to maybe fix damage or if they actually used a fast repair, so we'll have to see who comes back out on the track and who is able to be competitive.
Strategy-wise, we, I think, are well within the pit window here. Still have yet to see a couple of these drivers hit pit road. Is the line of thinking there less to do with maximizing fuel and tires and more to do with not being in the back for some of these restarts?
Well, you know, when Light came in on the first one and a bunch of drivers came in with him, that is what was at the top of my mind is, you know, you want to pit earlier for tires, but we've seen a lot of incidents already. You don't really want to be in the middle of the pack for incident purposes. So I think it's probably being influenced by the amount of accidents that we're having. So they think they'll just be able to go a few more laps under caution, and then we might have a caution after 5 laps or so, and then maybe come in after we've crossed or get close to the halfway point of the race anyways. And then, yeah, just don't want to be back there when all chaos breaks loose, because we just saw in that last wreck, 3 drivers all got together, and it was a lot more than just 3 trucks that ended up having damage.
Trying to figure out, everybody is doing what we do to mess with people and keying up and not saying anything. At least that's what I'm hoping, because I can't hear anybody say anything over the radio. It is a classic until I'm in the position I'm in now. Now I'm worried. Okay. Coming up close to halfway. I feel like we ran this race either caution-free or without very many cautions when we were here last season.
I know we had one for sure, but that may have been the only one we had. It might have been two, but yeah, definitely the last big portion of the race was ran under green.
So this has been quite the turnaround, but again, this is in the daytime. Track is a lot hotter. There are more trucks out on the track. Circumstances were always going to dictate that we were going to have at least a few cautions here tonight. Maybe 4 is the magic number, and this one will go green to the end, although I don't think that's what the top handful of drivers want to see here, as they have yet to come down pit road.
Well, you also put this many trucks together that haven't raced together before. When we came to Chicagoland in Season 1, we had already ran 4 or 5 races. Everybody was pretty familiar with each other. That is quite literally the opposite of what we have here tonight.
Absolutely. Nick Leitz, Mike Berry, Paul Ellison, Eric Roberts, Jamie Haynes, and Joseph Mealy. Green flag. Oh boy, Ellison and Berry, tight quarters, literally.
I'm not even sure it was tight. I think the quarters were together.
They continue to duke it out side by side. Nick Leitz trying to break away. Three wide further back in the pack.
Whew, still very tight between Berry and Ellison here. Now here comes the 51, which I think is actually the 18 of Murray. He's going to be 3 wide down here into turn number 1. Wow, he's railing the outside right now. Huge net gain through turns 1 and 2 for Murray. Jamie Haynes is behind him here in the 53.
3 wide. Joshua Kreider with the purple lap of the race as we were battling 3 abreast for second.
Murray trying to use that outside again. Gets a huge run. Ellison staves it off for now.
Man, great racing. When we can keep them pointed in the right direction.
So Murray now up to second, Ellison third, Mike Berry in fourth. Ellison and Berry still haven't come into pit. They're on the original tires from the drop of the green flag, as is your leader, the 24 of Leitz, Nick Leitz.
We have not had a ton of green flag running here, but I would imagine that those tires probably at this point still really not feeling that good.
Now here comes the 39,
Oh.
Joseph Meal.
Garrett Rainey just got mega loose through the middle of the turn. I don't know if he kept it out of the wall. It had to be close.
Meal trying to work on Haynes. Just loses ground here on the straightaways. Haynes able to get a huge run. He also has some help from Poliski here in the 32.
Ooh. Mike Berry going the wrong direction in the middle of 3 wide. That's actually Eric Roberts. My apologies.
Oh my, they are really scratching and clawing back here. Oh, some contact.
Oh boy.
That was Robertson. Haynes, I believe. Now Kreider's worked his way up behind Poliski. He's in 7th. Poliski 6th. Poliski looking for one more now, trying to get into the top 5. Not able to get it done this time. Now Barry's underneath Ellison.
Oh, somebody throws a bomb there further back in the pack, slides up the track, makes a little contact. I don't know how he kept it off. I think it was Joshua Kreider.
Now Landon Burbage, who we really haven't talked about much, he's gotten into the top 10.
In front of them, Jamie Haynes trying to work over Andy Poliski. As Nick Leach showing the way here on lap 36, coming to 37.
A lot of trucks fighting for a top 10 spot right now. Burbage, Woodby, Blackwell, Puff is in here.
I think we've got a challenge for the lead Bruin here. Brandon Murray has caught the 24 elites.
Murray has been on absolute rails since we took the green flag this last time around. Not even on the freshest tires either. He came on lap 18 down pit road. But not able to make it stick yet. Leitz is putting up a hell of a fight.
Working side by side for the lead. They are 3 wide just inside of the top 10. Oh, and some contact. That could have been bad. Still side by side for the lead. Where can Murray find the drive to get it done?
Leitz is just doing a great job of using the momentum from the progressive banking. Actually is able to clear this time. Wow, what a battle.
Murray is staved off for the moment, but we are not done with that just yet. Behind them, Ellison on the outside, Joseph Mealy on the inside. Trying to move up to 4th. He's got a nose out in front, may beat him back to the line. Mike Berry in a bit of no man's land is there, battling 4 abreast behind him and side by side for the lead in front of him.
Oh, Murray got up into the wall a little bit. Down the backstretch, of course, the backstretch here at Chicagoland is not completely straight. Kind of curves a little bit there, so he touches the wall. Gives
Well,
Leitz a little bit of breathing room.
Ellison got awfully close to that wall there at turn number 4 as well. We are on lap 41, and I know we keep saying it, but 41 to 45 laps we thought was about the fuel window. Granted, some laps under caution here, but what is the move for the race leader?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't think you'd be able to save enough fuel to go all the way here. I mean, we did have a lot of caution laps, but I don't think it was quite that many.
Ellison side by side. Ellison gets some help here from Joshua Kreider, I do believe. Oh, Kreider up into the wall. Oh, man.
Actually, that's a lap truck. That's Jeff Oakes. Kreider is in the number 5 behind him, that chrome truck.
You're absolutely right.
Oh, and a little bit of contact further back. I believe that was Blackwell.
Colton?
And I can't tell who that other truck was.
not
I think it may
Culleton.
have also been a lap truck as well.
Well, we have Stephen Light stopping. I think it may have been him, and he is maybe headed for his other race here, unfortunately.
Well, get this. Nick Leitz, he staved off Brandon Murray, and now Murray has fallen back quite a bit. Murray is actually under fire a little bit from Barry. Barry's certainly reeling him in at the least. And then it's a good 1.2 seconds back to Joseph Mealy, and then Haynes, Ellison, Poliski all right there as well. Now side by side. This is for a top 10 position here. Woodby and Noah Blackwell, they're doing battle. Actually, this is for 9th. Woodby in 10th. Rainey, who has a big run off of turn 2, he is in 11th.
Rennie was in the top 10 to start this green flag run, but got loose a couple of different times, had to save that truck. Did a pretty nice job, and is now back on the attack here.
Kreider is struggling a bit here. Kreider did not have a good exit off of 4. Blackwell way up against the wall. Kreider moves up. Rainey's going to go for a crossover.
Rainey underneath. And he's clear, but the battling continues. Kreider, Pluff, Zittel, all in the mix here.
Oh, Rainey didn't have a great run. He makes a block on Kreider. And Woodby down on the bottom did not have a very good corner through turns 1 and 2. I think
Certainly not.
We're starting to see the bottom line get slowed way down. You have to slow down so much to make the corner and just can't get a very good exit.
Battling for second, Mike Berry is ahead at the line, but still Brandon Murray behind him. Trying to make this outside lane work, and there's all sorts of loose there on the top side.
Down to 20 laps to go now. Barry and Light still have not come down pit road. Neither is Ellison, who's back here in 6th, looking to make a pass on Haynes.
Race leader, 24, trying to go long as possible.
We had so many cautions on the early goings that I feel like they just assumed we were going to have another one.
We'll see how much fuel he has saved in this truck.
I mean, we had 4 cautions. We probably did run maybe 12 laps under caution. So it's possible to save quite a bit.
And a caution at this point, let's be clear, should drag most everybody down pit road, whether they're good on fuel or not.
Oh, certainly. I mean, unless it's right towards the end. I mean, if you only have 4 or 5 laps left, you might have a few in the back try to stay out. But
oh, Eric Roberts is down in the grass.
Ellison was very, very loose off of turn 2 as well.
I think the leaders are coming this time. Leitz and Barry.
Oh, Barry looked like he sailed it way, way farther in than Leitz did at least. So Murray will take over the top spot. Now Meal and Haynes are battling for second.
David Culleton is stopped down the back straightaway and will just tow back to the pits. Paul Ellison is pitting this time.
So the gamble is not going to pay off.
At least not yet. It's going to take something at this point for the gamble to pay off.
Poliski comes in as well.
All right.
Poliski came into pit once. I don't know what lap it was on. Maybe he was one of those early pitters and he doesn't have enough fuel.
Interesting.
We do have quite a few drivers here that came into pit on lap 12. Those drivers may not have enough to go the distance.
That would be awfully tight.
Now, on the other hand, Murray came in on lap 18. I would think he probably has enough. Blackwell came in on lap 24. He's back in 5th. He definitely has enough. And Haynes.
They're still going at it.
Still fighting for the second position.
Watch for some of these lap cars with fresh tires to start to mount some offense here. As wow! I mean, I hope they grease that back bumper.
Well, you can see, I mean, Haynes had the opportunity to go for a crossover, but don't think they wanted to take the inside line because they want to have that run on the outside coming off the corner exits. Trying to force a 39 into a mistake.
Mike Berry, purple lap of the session. And look at the 24 rocking and rolling here, picking his way through. And Berry right behind him.
Murray, your leader, has about a 1.7 second advantage over Haynes.
11 laps to go. As somebody just slammed the wall behind the leaders here. But nobody showing a 1 or 2X. Maybe it just sounded harder than it was. I think Clinton Woodby is coming to pit this time, but he is trapped on the top side right now. So I think those plans are aborted.
Jeff Smith is up here in 7th. It's telling me that he came into pit on lap number 3. I have no idea how he saved enough fuel to go this long. I feel
Certainly.
like he's got to be close.
He is pitting this time.
Well, that tells me if he can go this long, those that came to pit on lap 12
Should be okay.
are, well, either that or they're going to be about 1 lap short.
Oh boy. Who is
But
in
we'll
save
have to
mode?
see.
Who is in a full court press right now? They are still battling side by side for second.
The good thing they have going for them is the lap times have slowed down quite a bit. Just over a second. Maybe a second and a half here.
Garrett Rainey has been involved in at least one caution, if not multiple, here tonight. When's it showing you the last time he came to pit road? He is pulling up on this battle for second.
Rainey also came into pit on lap 12, so the exact same lap. All three of these drivers battling for second came into pit on lap 12.
13 of Rainey pulled up like a house of fire, got a little bit loose there. But we'll look to get back to it. As Brandon Murray showing the way. Inside of 10 laps to go for our opening recruitment race at Chicagoland. Great battles here.
Well, Rainey has been able to catch these two partly because they have been battling so intently.
Look at this.
Wow, look at
lap
Poliski.
traffic. Thank you very much. I'll take the middle.
Power move by Poliski on fresh tires saying, don't mind if I do. Here comes Rainey. He's shut down by the 39.
That's a block, baby. Noah Blackwell yielding to some lap traffic, but he is closing in on this battle now as well.
And Ellison will also be on fresh tires, so he's going to try to get around as cleanly as possible. Might have to do a Poliski move here. He kind of gets stuck behind him. They'll be 3 wide into 3.
Joshua Kreider with some problems down the front straightaway, just went off into the grass, but keeps it rolling in the right direction.
Tight off of turn 4. Haynes flirting with the wall a bit off of 4. Blackwell hasn't really made up a ton of time. Oh, my.
Wow. Pushing and shoving.
Off of that exchange, Rainey wanted to capitalize, not quite able to. And all while this is happening, Murray is extending the lead. It's up to almost 3 seconds now.
It's Murray's race to lose, and at this point, he's hoping that his fuel tank doesn't lose it for him.
Well,
it's going to be close.
Murray should be fine. Murray came in on 18. It's
trying to build the drama. Come on.
Yeah. we talk facts here, Tommy. Come on. But I'll tell you, there is some drama here. These 3 battling for second very may well run out of fuel here. Assuming that Jeff Smith came in the last possible lap he could, which knowing him, he probably did. That would leave these drivers maybe half a lap to a lap short.
All to play for still. 2 laps to go.
But Meal has since cleared, and since Rainey and Haynes have been battling so hard, he's been able to extend about an 0.8 of a second lead.
Meal has cut into the gap in front of him with Brandon Murray. Unfortunately, not going to be enough time to reel him in unless Murray has a problem. Murray wants to get back to the line to see that white flag.
Here comes Haynes. Haynes down pit road. Must not have had enough fuel.
Jamie Haynes from 3rd. That moves Garrett Rainey up into a podium spot here with 1 lap to go. Oh, Blackwell and Rainey battling for 3rd. They both just scraped the wall out of 2. Mealy in 2nd. Out of turn number 4. Brandon Murray is going to claim recruitment race number 1 at Chicagoland for Truck 200. Mealy in 2nd and Rainey in 3rd. No, Blackwell, Tyler Pluff, your top 5. Only mentioned Tyler Pluff 1 time all night tonight, and he will come away with the top 5.
Yeah, Pluff, I mean, it took him a long time to get into the top 10, but once he was there, was just able to ride it out, grind it out. And, yeah, what a great run. Also, I believe the top mover of the race up 14 positions, tied with Kyle Zittel and Jamie Haynes, who, even though ran out of fuel and had to come into pit, up 14 spots tonight. So Murray is going to burn down the house.
Trying to see if our top 2 will join the Discord server here and hop into the interview room. We'll see. But we will talk to our 3rd place finisher, Garrett Rainey, here, as Brandon Murray is absolutely burning them down down the front straightaway here. Alrighty, a quick look through some of our finishing order here. Brandon Murray, Joseph Emile, and Garrett Rainey, your top three. 100% podium rates in opening recruitment races for Garrett Rainey. Nice little factoid for you there. Noah Blackwell, Tyler Bluff, your top five. Luke Peterson in sixth. All right, Kyle Zittel in seventh. Through some adversity here tonight. Landon Burbage, Clinton Woodby, and Nick Leitz all the way back up to 10th there in the closing laps. Joshua Kreider in 11th, Mike Berry in 12th, Andy Poliski 13th, Paul Ellison 14th, and Paul Harrell will be the last truck on the lead lap in 15th. Then Jamie Haynes, Jeffrey Oakes, Jeff Smith, Daryl Klotz, and Eric Roberts through the top 20. David Colleton, I believe, is going to be a DNF, as is Eric Roberts in 20th. Stephen Light, Jay Salmon, Pascal Simard was running there at the end of the race. Joel Conley, Frank Perfin, Nick Rader, and Ray Zerkut, Michael Gold, Robert Amaral, Wade Palmer the fifth, Dale Rapp, and Michael Allen are all the drivers that have started the race here tonight. With that, we'll go ahead and pull up our third place finisher. He is the one and only, the Rain Man himself, Garrett Rainey. Will walk away with the P3 here tonight. Welcome back to Booth 200, partner. Congrats on the big podium here tonight. It didn't look like an easy road to get there, but you got it done anyway.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I had not done any practice in the track. I'd only done single truck laps. And so once I got out there, man, this thing, it was hard to handle, especially once the tires started getting a little wear on them.
For sure. It looked like a couple of times on that last restart, you really had that thing yawed out, and it looked like a handful to try and hang on to.
Yeah, there were 3 or 4 times where I was doing all I could just to keep from killing myself or somebody else's race. But yeah, I restarted like 15th, lost a couple spots, drove back from 17th to 3rd, so I can't complain.
Matt, what do you got?
Hey, congrats on the P3. Grinded this one out pretty good here tonight. I see on the graphic here, 0-time most popular driver, 0-time VTS winner, and 0-time VTS champion. Well, how about we add a 1-time Truck 200 winner to the list this season? What do you think?
We can go for it. I don't know what'll come of it, but I'm definitely going to give it a good shot. I promise you that.
I think you've got plenty of chances to win a race here this season, partner, and I'm hoping for it. Anybody you want to shout out here while we got you on TV?
My sponsors, obviously, I have real life sponsors that help me out a little bit. Golden Eagle Syrup, Alabama Sunshine Hot Sauce, both based out of my hometown here in Fayette, Alabama. Shout out the boys that were in the chat with me, Andy, Kyle, Luke, and Paul. Those are the best guys in the world, man. I race with them every week on Tuesday nights, and once this gets back going on Monday nights as well, hopefully. Some of the best friends you can ever have right there. But appreciate y'all hosting this, throwing this race on, doing this league. It's always an enjoyment. Looking forward to the season.
We're looking forward to more chats with you down the road here as well. Awesome drive here tonight. Keep up the good work, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, boys.
And with that, I don't believe we have Joseph in the chat, but I do believe this is our race winner, driver number 18, Brandon Murray. Welcome to Booth 200, partner. Congrats on the big win here tonight.
I appreciate it, man. That was a fun race.
Yeah, it looked like it was fun. You stayed up front and out of the trouble for the most part all night. What did it take to get it done?
Luck. A lot of luck. I didn't realize that it was Barry and Nick. I didn't realize that they both still had to pit. Well, I knew Nick had to pit. Didn't realize Barry did, so I thought I was going to end up second. So just lucky that those, I pitted and those guys still had to, really. I burnt the tires off trying to pass Nick there early on, and then I realized, hey, man, he's still got a pit, so you can back it off. And by that time, it was too late, man. My tires were shot. So, just got lucky that Barry had to pit. That's really all it was.
Matt, what do you got for a race winner?
Hey, congrats on the win. Recruitment race number 1 here. Tell me about the battles on some of those restarts early on in the race. We had quite a few of them, and it was pretty hot and heavy there towards the front of the field.
Yeah, they were pretty hairy. After I pitted there on lap 18 or whatever, I guess it was, working my way back through the field, somebody got checked up in front of me, and then I had to check up, and then nobody behind me did, so they all come flying by us. So it was before we had that last caution, and then it was nuts back there. But the racing up front was awesome. Steven was fast and he was fun to race with. Nick was the same. It was a lot of fun.
It did sound like going through one of those accidents, you did pick up a sounds like a number 2X. How long does a change of underwear add to a pit stop, time-wise?
If you got a good crew like I do, man, it only adds a couple seconds. They can do it pretty quick for me. So they helped me out with that. That was the wreck that I was talking about. They wrecked like right across my nose, and we definitely did pick up a number 2X there. But like I said, man, this number 51 Chevy Silverado team, man, we put it together, and they were able to get me a new pair, and I was able to keep on trucking.
A new pair in the big dub. Shout outs for you here tonight. Any sponsors? Anybody watching you want to shout out?
Man, you guys for putting on a broadcast for Recruitment Race. Not often you see that, so that's pretty awesome. This league seems like a really great place. I might have to look into joining it. And outside of that, man, just the good Lord above.
Well, your talents will be appreciated wherever they go, but we would certainly love to have you here on Monday nights, even if just for a couple of races. But congrats on the big win here tonight, man. Go party hard. You earned it.
Thanks, brother. Y'all have a good one.
All righty. That was through and through an unexpected race for so many different reasons. Myself, R2 recruitment races last season, we had 15 people at iRacing Super Speedway, and I think about 15, maybe 18 people at Homestead. 33 to start here tonight, 44 connected at any point throughout the night. Ridiculous. Really only 4 cautions for 33 drivers who, for the most part, have never raced around one another at a track that is as hot, fast, and loose as Chicagoland. It certainly was a slog to get through the opening of that race, but man, once we got going, that was good stuff.
Oh, yeah, it was incredible. We like Chicagoland a lot. I think it's such a great track for the trucks. And closing this thing out, I really just want to thank the drivers that came out here tonight. Having that many drivers for recruitment races, a huge accomplishment for us here on the channel. And hope that everybody that is new to us enjoyed the show and enjoyed your time here racing with us. Would love to have you join the league. And I want to thank a few people here that chatted with us here tonight. Of course, our race winner, Racer Murray, was here in the chat, as well as JVL, Jan Van Leer, Insert Coin Racing, Nathan Reynolds, Jimmy 6 times, who was checking in with Josh Kreider and Noah Blackwell. And then, I guess that's me up there. So thanks to everybody for chatting with us here tonight and watching. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. We hope you'll make it back for a couple more races here this week. Tomorrow night is the Calypso Bash at the beach for the Venom Truck Series, Homestead Miami Speedway. That is going to be a blast. The Daredevil Series is back on Wednesday, and they are back right here at Chicagoland for the first ever trip for the TDS here at Under the Lights at Chicago. So that is going to be fun. And then we are going right and left on Thursday with Maximum Velocity Racing League. They are at Watkins Glen International for their first of 3 road course races here in their revival season. And then Truck 200 Recruitment next Monday night is at where we wrapped up Season 1 at Auto Club. For 200 kilometers, that'll be 62 laps at Auto Club next Monday night for our final recruitment race before we get into it. Again, and like you said, thank you to the drivers. Thank you to anybody that we had join us here for the first time here tonight on Turn 200. We appreciate you coming out to race, coming out to hang out. Really cool deal that everything sort of came together the way it did here tonight. We hope to see you back here next Monday night, at least, if not a couple of more times in the next 7 days. But until we meet again, for everybody here with Truck 200 and Turn 200, for the GOAT, Matt Williamson, I've been Tommy Cook. Until we meet again, we say so long from virtual Chicagoland, where Brandon Murray stands tall over the drivers of Truck 200.